Today is the fast of the 10th of Tevet, a fast about Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babel, the Babylon Empire, starting a siege around Jerusalem, making the walls of Jerusalem to something which in the end will cause Jerusalem to fall. And today I want to share with you a wall from a different area with also a hint of the first temple, not so far from the Cardo in the old city. Walking in the street, I noticed once black lines on the floor. And I asked myself, what are those black lines? Looking at one of the signs, I saw that these blind lines on the floor show where years ago, more than 2,000 years ago, a Hashmonai wall was built. And this wall still exists today. There are stairs going down. While I go down the stairs, you can see the ancient ruins of this ancient Hashmonai wall. You can see the big rocks they use in order to protect the city. You can go down and you see on one side the walls, and then there's a gap between the walls showing it's actually a gate between the walls. And on the ground, on the floor, on the lower level, there's an old house, an old building from the time of the first temple. And I think it's something very symbolic, being in this place on the 10th of Tevet. The 10th of Tevet is the day when Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babel, came to Jerusalem, surrounded Jerusalem, and a year and a half afterwards, the city fell, the first temple was destroyed. But the Jewish nation says, if we are destroyed, we'll rise up again and we'll try to go to Jerusalem. And they came back in the times of Koresh. But it took them years until they reestablished an independent state. That took quite a few years, until the times of Hanukkah, until the Hashmonaim built this massive wall here, you can see here. But that state lasted for less than 77 years. They didn't have independence for 77 years. And the number 77 is quite significant, I think, for us today. The state of Israel exists for 77 years. After the Hashmonaim came the Romans, and afterwards the temple was destroyed, and we went out for a long exile. But the nation who believes in itself will return and come back. And we came back to Jerusalem, we came back to Israel, we established a state, and now the state of Israel is 77 years old. Never in history had we had an independent state, united state, with all the parts of the nation existing for 77 years. So we have the first temple, hinting just on the bottom, the second temple, and us here, the buildings around us, the shops around us, getting closer towards the third temple. Shiva nebet hamikdash b'mehera b'yameinu.